Last week I went over 5 things I like about learning Chinese, and today I will be going over 5 things I don't like learning Chinese. Number 1, learning Chinese characters is very difficult. If you want to learn how to write Chinese characters, you have to memorize how to write each one. And if it's a really complicated character, they can take a while to write too. The fact that you can't sound them out is also difficult to get over if you're not used to having a writing system that you can't sound out. So if you see a new character, you don't know how to say it and you don't know what it means. This does get slightly easier as you learn more characters and begin to understand like what the different radicals mean, and they also have similar pronunciations. Number 2, the tones. Chinese is a tonal language, so if you use a different tone than what you're meaning to actually use, you could say a completely different word. I know that people would still understand what I'm trying to say based off of the context, but it would still be super embarrassing. Number 3, forgetting characters I've learned before. This probably applies to any new language, but it's still frustrating when it's something you've kind of already learned. Like, you only remember the words that you use on a regular basis and forget the ones that you learned in one chapter, and then it'll show up again 5 chapters later and you're just like, okay, I should know this, but I don't, which is kind of frustrating. The character is also kind of complicated for me because then I forget how to pronounce it too, and then I can't just look at a character and know how it's pronounced, so it's doubly frustrating. Number 4, conversation skills. I don't have any close family or friends that know how to speak Chinese. In college, it was really nice to have classmates that I could go to a study hall together and practice grammar and stuff, but we were mostly speaking in English and just studying, and not so much language practice, like speaking. I practice conversations with a tutor once a week, but I also think it would be helpful to have someone to have a natural conversation with that isn't like generated by a prompt or something in a classroom setting. Number 5, I would have known this stuff if I hadn't left China. If I had grown up in China and not been adopted out of China, I just would have grown up knowing Chinese. So sometimes when I see like my classmates or peers or other language learners having like conversations that I can barely follow, I feel discouraged. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that scene from Milan, dishonor on you, cow. If you would like to see more of my Chinese related content or my adoption content, go to one of these playlists. And thanks for watching. Bye.